everyone, welcome back to A Gentleman's Life. It's been a little while. As you can see, it is a beautifully sunny Sunday morning. Actually, it's not technically morning now. It is a few minutes into the afternoon. And I'm back, as you can see, in a new apartment, starting to get settled. Not my normal location. I'm in the living room because my second bedroom and office are not finished yet, getting put together in the new apartment. So I can't really do filming in there right now. So decided to come to you from the living room because it's been too long without videos, and this will be the first one getting back in the groove of things. And this, I thought it'd be nice to bring you guys kind of a start of the year, January 2016 collection update video of where my collection's at and where I see it going. Both shorter term, as in this year, and a little bit longer term, say maybe next 10 years. Because I found I don't have that much that I feel I need to do it right now, so that's really nice. But I'll get onto that later. I guess first thing I will do is a watch check, wrist check, and I don't know if you can see there, but I am wearing my Swatch, the System 51. Nice lazy Sunday around the house, so I felt like that was a good way to go. And I guess a sneak peek of something else I want to kind of not necessarily review completely, but it'll be a sort of a review, is I have an Apple Watch on the other wrist, and when I'm not getting dressed up and trying to look too classy, I'll wear this around on my other wrist. But if I'm trying to like go out, for dinner date or something, Apple Watch stays at home. It can't replace a real watch. But I will do a review of this sometime in the near future. I've worn it long enough now where I feel like I have something worthwhile to say, perhaps. And at the end of the video, I'll also share a couple other sneak peeks as to what's upcoming. But without further ado, let me switch the camera around and we will have a look at my collection as it stands now and talk about that a little bit. All right, so here we are, everybody, looking at essentially my collection proper. I do have a couple other random ones that are either sentimental or for deployments, but other than that, this is really the collection as it stands. There's not much else. This is a missing. So this is a Christopher Ward single pusher, but that is in for repair at the moment. I'll get into that one. So we'll start on the left and work our way to the right. So first on the left, as many of you know, I have the Omega Seamaster Professional. So this was the final version pre-ceramic, and it is the only pre-ceramic that has the coaxial movement. I really love this watch a lot. I love the design. I love the fact that it has the wave dial, but still has the kind of the raised surrounded hour markers. And I love that it's the only one like this that's not ceramic that does have the coaxial movement. But more importantly, I love the bracelet on this watch. It's one of the most comfortable bracelets in the world. You can't do much better than the Seamaster Professional bracelet. Sorry for the coughing a little bit. I am getting over a sinus infection, so bear with me. But yeah, this one's not going anywhere. It is one of the ones I just love far too much. And sticking with the diver trends, my go-to watch when I want to be at work, we have here, of course, the Tudor Pelagus. I will have a video coming on this one soon, because I've had it for approximately a year. So I will be doing a year update video with this. I've been wearing it on rubber a lot recently for work, and the rubber strap has actually really grown on me with this watch. It is something else. So the Pelagus is my other dive watch. So I have black and blue for my dive watches. The matte ceramic bezel, the loom in this is by far the best loom I've ever come across. Just the clarity of the design and simplicity of it. It is, to me, the perfect watch to wear for work every day. And that's pretty much what I use it for. More often than not, Monday through Friday, I'm wearing my Pelagus rather than anything else. So that has stayed in the collection as well. Now the next two are kind of transitionary ones. There's something a little bit different for me to wear until I can fill in these two spots. So the first one, this was one of 100. This is Christopher Ward Malvern, which is a quartz chronograph. Stylistically, it's supposed to be reminiscent of the old Aston Martin dashboards. I got a limited edition green version. I only did 100 of the green ones just because I wanted some more color in the collection for the time being until I could finish it off. So I have this for a little while. This spot in the box will eventually be for the Omega Speedmaster Professional, the Moonwatch. So this is just holding till then. I have a feeling I will give this watch to my brother when I get the Speedmaster. Just because he right now has one single watch. I got him a nice Seiko 5 dress watch, but he could use something a little bit different other than that one white dial dress watch. So I thought this would be good for him once I can fill the Speedmaster into that spot. And then below that, I have kind of my out there ridiculous watch, which is the Steinhardt Apollon. I never did end up selling this. I've thought about it over and over again and never done it. But the different design, the 3 different bezels, there's so much you can do with this. And as a casual, just kind of bumming around watch, it's just something a bit different and ridiculous. It's just so big compared to what I normally wear, you know. And I like the design of it. I think it's really interesting. So for now, I'm holding on to this one. This spot, I eventually would like to fill in with one of the 39mm Breitling Navitimers someday. But until that day, I will probably end up just leaving the Steinhardt in there for now until I can do that. And once I can, this will probably end up just getting sold, even though it's something fresh and kind of ridiculous. Once I can fill that slot in the box with the watch I really want there, this is going to go. And then right now, my current kind of crown jewel, the Zenith El Primero Chronomaster. So that's my moon phase and kind of my more complicated watch. I love this one, as you guys know. I actually just, a couple days before Christmas, got it back from servicing, and it is running great. So that one is pretty much my crown jewel, my go-to dress watch. I absolutely love the Chronomaster. It's just such a gorgeous watch, and really fits the bill of what I want out of a dress watch. And then, like I said, the empty spot right here, that's where the Christopher Ward, that single pusher chronograph sits. However, that's in for repair. So on my trip back to the States when I was moving, the TSA, so in the US that's our airport security, TSA went through my bags and was not careful repacking them, and something in the movement got dislodged or moved around or broke. So that got sent back to Christopher Ward, and they're going to be repairing that for me. And until that comes back, that just sits empty. And then here, I've got the Christopher Ward, the Trident GMT, with that beautiful ceramic bezel. And I love the hands on this watch, actually. But this is basically just fitting it as a GMT watch for me. I hope someday that this spot will be where I put my the Rolex GMT Master 2, the BLNR, the blue-black. So that's what I eventually want to have here. Whenever I get around to that, I think this watch will probably go to my girlfriend. I think it would fit her well and work good as a kind of a watch you can wear to work and still beat up on a little bit. So I think it'd be really good. And that's kind of my plan for that one. I have another empty space below there. I'm currently part of a group working on a project watch with Steinhardt for a forum. So we're designing a watch that's going to go here. It's going to be my all-black watch. It is a 42mm watch based off of jet engine cockpit clocks. But we're using a movement that has a power reserve and a separate mini sub-dial for the GMT hand. So that should turn out pretty interesting. We're still working through it, but we're more than halfway through. So that's eventually going to go here and become an all-black watch. It's something just a little bit different. There will only be 111 of those. And then, lastly, I have my Hamilton khaki, the 38mm. So my parents got me that one. It has some sentimental value, so that's kind of my military-styled watch. I could see someday taking this out and putting in the an Omega Railmaster someday, perhaps, but I'm not 100% sure on that right now. And below that, we have the Steinhardt Nav BR with their premium modified Unitas movement inside, which I really love. It's a sandwich dial, and I really love the depth of that, and the movement inside is beautiful. So right now, that is essentially my collection as it stands. I was doing a couple others, random ones for deployments or to beat up on, like the G-Shocks and things like that, and a couple sentimental pieces. This is really all I've got now, and I'm really happy with where it's going. As far as my plan goes, I imagine that the project watch from Steinhardt, that will probably be done this year, and then it's a matter of deciding which of these three is going to be purchased first. I'm not sure if it'll be the Speedmaster or the Navitimer or the Rolex, but those are the three watches I want to put into those spots. They're just really classic pieces I like. I specifically do want the smaller version of the Navitimer. The Speedmaster, I want the proper moon version. There's just something special about that, being a complete space, kind of a nerd. And the BL&R, we all know how much I love that one. That blue-black bezel in ceramic is just a thing of beauty. So those are my plans. Combined, it'll probably take me a good 5 or 10 years, I imagine, which is fine. I mean, I'm just about 30, so you know, I have plenty of time to enjoy, and I pretty much have something to wear any day of the week without any complaints, so I can't really complain at this point. So let's go on to what's upcoming on the channel in a little bit. So as mentioned, I will be doing a review of the Apple Watch, as mentioned. I also want to do a story about the Seiko 6105 that I have, kind of explain its history and why that's interesting to me. Even though I love that, this watch will be getting sold. I just don't wear it often enough, and I've never quite found the right combination that works for me. And I already have two of my, favorite dive watches in the world, and I just don't give it enough love. So I feel like it's time to pass it on, maybe to someone who will. So that one's going to go, but I want to do a video about its history and where it's come from before I owned it, before I sell it. So I'm going to do that soon. And then, actually, looking at the Hamilton there, I want to do a comparison video with this just simple Timex military-styled watch. And I want to kind of do a video for people who are new to watches and explain really the difference between a $40 watch and a $400 watch, and what you should expect and what you see and why there is the difference. Because if people aren't into wearing watches, they're not going to understand and know what the really difference is between these two watches, even though there's quite the difference. But they look quite similar when it really comes down to it. So that one's going to be upcoming as well. And and like I mentioned, I'm going to be doing a update review on 1 year with the Tour de Pelagus. And I'm also going to be coming up with another, as far as other watch videos go, an update video to approximately 6 months with the Zenith as well. So that's what you guys can expect in the future. Let's turn it back around. So there we are, guys. That is the current state of my collection. I'm actually very pleased with it. I feel like I've got just about anything for any occasion. A couple dive watches, a couple dressier chronographs, a couple random fun things, and a couple that tend towards my other tendencies like the GMT and the military-styled watches. So I can't really think of a lot else I feel that I need at the moment. I'm feeling very satisfied as far as short-term goes, which is probably why that project watch that I'm doing as part of that forum is really the only thing I'm really looking at picking up this year. The rest of my goals are all more long-term, really. It's that Omega Speedmaster, the 39mm, the Breitling Navitimer, and then, of course, the Rolex GMT Master. And I don't know what order I'm going to get them in, when, or anything like that exactly. But I do know that those are three watches that I want to own. And then possibly the Railmaster as well, as I mentioned. As far as what I'm looking for probably a new or nearly new Rolex in that case. If looking at the Speedmaster, I'd probably like to either find a new one or new or nearly new, or look for one from the year I was born in 1986. And with the Breitling, doesn't really matter to me as far as when it's from.
I think some of those old ones are really neat, actually. So maybe vintage for the Breitling. You never know. I'm kind of open to whatever. And the Railmaster. I'm really interested in the really vintage Railmasters, actually. But that, in theory, could be cost prohibitive. I haven't looked that deeply yet into the Railmaster market. But that's another one. So whenever it happens, it happens. I'm not really too worried about it at this point. I feel good about my collection and where it's at right now, as far as stuff to wear on a daily basis. And I'm in no rush at this point. I've got myself to a point where I'm happy with what I have, and it's all about finding the right thing now. So that's where I'm at. As mentioned, I have a few watch videos coming up. That should be fun. I also, as I've previously mentioned, have a couple shooting videos, and I'll probably do a couple gear reviews. And I kind of want to get also into a little bit of like philosophy of life and some more psychology, philosophy type things a little bit. Not branching out too far, delving really into the different hobbies and interests I have. So watches, of course, is one of those. Outdoors things like cycling and camping and backpacking and shooting are another, and so on. Cars, of course, are as well, although I haven't figured out quite how to adapt that to the concept of my YouTube channel at this point. And I want to also kind of delve a bit more into things other than just items, but a modern gentleman, like what skills should they have? You know, how should they think about things and things like that. So I'm interested in kind of delving off in that direction a little bit as well, just so you guys have an idea of kind of what I'm trying to now wrap my head around and think of ideas for creating other videos other than just videos talking about certain watches or certain gear or anything like that, really. So hope you all enjoyed the video. Any questions, comments, or requests, leave in the comments below, or send an email to agentlemanslifeshow@gmail.com. I'll put that below as well. And hope you all enjoyed it. Until next time.